10 Tips to Stop Smoking for Good. With so many tips and suggestions on how to stop smoking, it is really easy to see why so many people really do not quit. The vast majority of people are completely confused by the entire process. What of the conflicting messages passed around? The fact is that with so much information passed around that is confusing to people, it is often much easier to just continue smoking and hoping for a simple solution. Actually taking the necessary steps to really quit smoking is not easy. It means coming to terms with the fact that stopping smoking really is best for you, as well as your health. Most people are readily aware that stopping smoking can improve their health, but learning how to really conquer the urges to smoke is not easy. With so many temptations circulating around, as well as the stresses of daily life, it is easy to see why jumping into a pack of cigarettes seems like a good idea. Tip number 1: You need a good reason to quit. Simply deciding to quit because the sky is blue is not a sufficient reason. The need to quit smoking is obvious, but the desire to quit needs to come from inside in order for the process to be successful. Tip number 2: Look for small rewards that you can give yourself as you make progress. You are not likely to just quit cold turkey with no complications. Set up small rewards that will help you to want to make progress towards ultimately quitting. This can be a great motivation to keep you on target. Tip number 3: Plan out your quitting strategy. Decide how you want to try to quit and stick to it. Set a specific amount of time for your plan. If after a time, say 6 weeks, you have not quit, work on a new plan. This will allow ample time to try each method, while still giving yourself flexibility to try something else. Tip number 4: Work to overcome your struggles. If you are smoking due to stressful things in your life, you need to deal with the stress before you can successfully quit. Regardless of the reason why you are smoking, it needs to be dealt with and able to quit for good. Tip number 5: Set up a punishment for yourself. For example, if you generally stop at Starbucks each day for a coffee, you might consider skipping that on days when you have fallen short of your goals for smoking. Whatever punishment you select, make sure it is something that you care about. Tip number 6: Seek out help from your friends and family. You need support as you are trying to quit, and this will help you to ensure that you are not alone in the entire process. Tip number 7: Look for someone to quit with you. If you are entirely on your own, you are going to be much more likely to slip back into smoking. If someone is working with you and holding you accountable, you are more likely to struggle to succeed. Working to quit smoking is not easy, but hard tasks are much easier to accomplish with a partner. Tip number 8: Ensure you are getting plenty of sleep. The job of quitting smoking is quite difficult. If you are not getting the rest you need, you are much more likely to be cranky, upset, and angry with the world. This is very counterproductive to your goal of quitting smoking for good. Tip number 9: Aim to quit for good. This might seem a bit strange, but if you are just planning to quit for a weekend, you are not going to put much effort into the process. If you are planning to quit for good, a lot more time and effort is going to go into the process as well as your plan to quit. Tip number 10: Look for ways to take your mind off cigarettes. If you are always thinking about cigarettes, you may find that you are much more tempted to smoke. Reading a book, exercising, talking on the phone, surfing the internet, and even cooking are all great ways to occupy your mind and keep from thinking about when your last cigarette was.